Hey ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. So firstly, I'm not feeling great. This happens every time I have a holiday. It's sod's law. But I'd rather be unwell whilst I'm off work rather than have to take time off work. It's nearly 1 p.m. and I've spent the morning in bed and I just had to get up. Sometimes you just have to push through, and I received 2 deliveries. And so I thought, well, what might be really nice is just to have something fun to do, have a little bit of a play around, you know, nothing too strenuous. I can do it sitting down, it takes my mind off things and all that kind of stuff. So I'm fine, it's just well, I'm hoping it's just a 24-hour bug. But I went out for a walk this morning with my friend and his dogs, and it was a huge mistake because I took ill in the middle of a field, miles from the road, and yeah, I just had to make it back gently because there's no way anybody could have got a car down there or anything, but hey ho. I've had an hour or so's sleep, so I'm raring to go. Anyway, you'll have seen over the last couple of months, I've been putting some videos up about fountain pens. Really enjoying, at the moment, working with different inks, getting to know different pens, and just playing around. I bought a number of notebooks and inserts for my Midori Traveller's Notebook, also for my Filofax and Hobonichi, because my year starts in September, because I work in academia and we follow the academic calendar. So summer really is always a time for me where I start looking at stationery and things like that. Personal journaling just tends to be whenever. I don't start on 1st of January. If I'm bullet journaling, it's just whenever I get a new book. So this is a delivery from Cult Pens in the UK. I've mentioned them a couple of times now. I think as far as pen buying and ink buying go, I will always use Cult Pens. It's free shipping if you're in the UK. They've got a great array of stock, and as of yet, there isn't anything that I've wanted that they haven't had in stock. And they're super fast at shipping, and their communication is brilliant too. So I'm just going to take everything out. This is the pen. If you're used to fountain pens, you'll notice that design. Actually, it'll say it in the title. They always put these little love hearts in as well, so I'll save them for another day. And this little wink. Oh, this one is a smiley face. I love these little paper clips. I don't know if it's picking up, I may need to bring it closer, but this one is a little smiley face, whereas the one that I received the other day was a wink. Aren't they cool? So I'm actually keeping them. That's just the invoice, but it's the little things like that. So I brought a pen and I brought some ink and I brought a little bottle, which I'll explain why. But firstly as well, I brought a couple of syringes. These are ink syringes, and the reason why I decided to get a couple of these is firstly, you know, when your ink bottle gets quite low and you're trying to dip your pen in there, you can, you know, you can suck it up into a syringe and you can fill a converter with a syringe, or even some of my Lamy pens in particular come with cartridges. Like I've got a tourmaline and I've got a few of the colours like red and turquoise, black and blue, that are cartridges. And I don't really want to keep buying cartridges because it's plastic and it's not good for the environment, etc, etc. So somebody, and I forget who it was, foggy brain today, I do apologise, in one of the comments on a previous video said, if you use a syringe, you can refill a cartridge. So that's pretty good idea as well. So a couple of syringes. I also received a deck. So depending on how I feel, I might do that today, or I might Might leave that till tomorrow. So let's have a look at the ink. This ink just looks like such a beautiful colour. So you've heard me mention before the Lamy Crystal range. Just grab this one. I have the this one, which is the it's gone out my head. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's is it Topaz? It is, it's Topaz. Sorry, I'm really fuzzy brained today. And I really love this. It is beautiful. They don't put the names of the inks on them, but at the moment I've got my Bennu Euphoria Bourbon inked up with this Topaz, and I've also got one of my All-Stars, this one, which is a limited edition All-Star, also inked up with this. Now these are kind of like my work pens, the ones I take to work with me. And the ink is gorgeous. It's a really nice quality, which you come to expect from Lamy. Lamy, sorry. Sometimes I hear people say Lamy, but I think it's actually Lamy. This one is called Beryl. These are crystal inks. They're all named after stones. But I loved the colour of this. In fact, shall we do a little sample with a glass pen, just so you can see it? I like to see it before I ink it up, just in case I think, not 100% sure now. I don't know why I shake it. It's not a shimmer. Oh, look at that for a colour. It's gorgeous. So we have Lamy Crystal Beryl ink. That is a really nice. So yeah, it's going to be a nice ink to load into that pen. Okay, so just giving that a little rinse under the tap, and that can go away. What I need to do now is I want to put down some kitchen roll, because I'll pop that to one side for a second, because I'm going to show you this little ink bottle that is also made by TWSBI. So if you, as I said, you would have seen the title of the video. This is a special edition TWSBI. Naughty people out there in YouTube land who, when I was sharing my Lamy pens, were saying, have you seen Bennu? Have you tried a Bennu pen? Which I now have, and I've ended up having two. And then now I started getting comments saying you really should try a TWSBI. And I looked at the TWSBI Ecos, and they was okay, and they're inexpensive. And there's also some little short pocket TWSBIs. But this one in particular, I really like the look of, and this is the TWSBI 700R Iris, which I will show you. But before we do that, I just want to show you this little ink bottle, and it's a really cool, trying to open it, let me get some scissors. It's a really cool device for filling, to use to fill your TWSBI pen. So TWSBI pens are VAC filling, vacuum filling, which this will be my first vacuum filling pen. Obviously converters that you put into things like the Lamys, etc., use the same concept of, using a vacuum to fill up. So we have this little bottle here. You can get a range of colours. I wanted red because it was more in keeping with the TWSBI logo, but multiple colours so that you know whatever ink that you're buying matches. Okay, so it's a little bottle. Now the idea is you fill this with your ink and you can screw it tight, and you do have to screw it tight, and then it's a little bottle that you can carry around with you, you know, portable one, or take it to work, which, you know, I will probably do. But it's also a great device for filling the pen. So I'm just going to be very careful, famous last words, and pop the ink in there. I always get very nervous because I'm very clumsy, and I do have a bit of the shakes today with being a little bit under the weather. Oh, look at how beautiful that colour is. Okay, so you put the lid on that and make sure that it's tight. Now it has to be tight because when you're attaching this to the pen, it's vacuum filled. Therefore, make sure there's no excess ink or anything. Therefore, you know, if it's not tight, it will seep out. Okay, let's have a look at this pen. I've been so excited about this coming. So I really like the look of it. What does it say on the box? So you get the TWSBI logo. It's giving you a purple colour because the iris, and the reason why it's called iris, you've got this packaging here, look, is because of the effect. Oh, look how beautiful that is. This is heat treated, so the metal components of the pen has had flame treatment, heat treatment, which gives it that rainbow kind of oil slick effect, which is just so beautiful. Okay, this is what it's called, the VAC 700R, and then it's a vacuum filling fountain pen, and this one is the limited edition iris. So let's open it up. Probably, I bet it's stuck down. I think it is actually. It's stuck down with tape. Bear with. Okay, that makes it easy to take it off that side. It comes apart by just releasing these little clips that holds the pen in place. And then we take out the pen. This is a heavy pen. I wasn't expecting it to be so heavy. Now what I did learn is underneath, so don't just disregard, you get a couple of bits. You get a little wrench to, if you wanted to take the pen apart for cleaning. You get a couple of spare O-rings. The O-ring acts as a seal, along with this, the little, I forgot what it's called now, silicone grease. It's just come to me. There's a little bit of silicone grease in there which you can put along the edges of the screwing mechanism with the O-ring, and it helps to seal. So it's good to keep them safe. Pop that back. And we'll have a close-up look at the pen. I'm going to actually bring a paper towel up because it acts as a white background. So you can see here how beautiful. It says TWSBI. I love, there's the TWSBI, let's move that actually because it's not focusing. The TWSBI design here in red. Again, it was one of the reasons why I wanted a red bottle. It's closest in colour to the ink as well. And then you can see here, and the ring. I can't believe how weighty this is. So this is a vacuum filling. So you just unscrew it here. Okay. taking a while to unscrew. There we go. And then we've got this plunger here. So what we do, oh, look at the nib as well. Can we just appreciate that nib? So it's also had this heat treatment, which really finishes this pen off nicely. Let's push that down. So what you do here is you take off the red cap, okay? And then you attach the pen and screw the pen in. There we go. So we make sure it's tight here, tight there. You can shake this all about, nothing will release, but isn't that a cool, nifty little thing? So what we do here is we pull back this vacuum pump, and as we start, we can do it upside down like this. As we start to push, we can feel the resistance, okay? It's building up energy and pressure, and then when we get to this little part here where it widens, we get negative pressure and the ink pours in. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. That's not bad. I'm gonna do it upside down. There we go. Look how much ink is there. So the lovely thing about this is, once you take it out, there is no cleaning because it's been protected in the bottle. And look how much ink we've got. We tighten this up. That will of course just make sure you've just got enough ink past this point and in the chamber. So every time your ink runs dry, you just release it a little bit to let more ink through. Pop that tightly in there, and then you've got your extra bottle of ink. Okay. All right, shall we do a writing sample? Okay, so this is beautiful. So as you can see, it's a demonstrator pen. What we mean by demonstrator pen is that it's clear. You can see the ink on the inside. You can see the mechanisms. And the only other demonstrator pen I've got is the Lamy Safari Vista. And so, but this is beautiful, and I'm really pleased with the weight of the pen as well. They don't post. I mean, they do, but it's not super tight, but I think that's okay. So this is TWSBI. Would help if I put the S in there. And then it's the TWSBI VAC 700R. Now the nib, I think they only had broad, or did I change it to medium? Just looking under a magnifying glass to see where I can see it. I'm pretty sure, yes, it's a medium. So it's not as thick or as broad a medium as perhaps the Lamy, but it's still really nice. And this is the Iris. I've done that completely wrong. It's the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Oh dear, today is not a good day. Oh, it writes lovely. It writes really, really nice. I love this colour ink as well. This colour ink is stunning. So if you are interested in the ink, it's the Lamy Crystal range, and it's the Beryl. The ink is quite wet, not super wet, but quite wet. And it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous pen. Really nice. glides. Beautiful. So it does, actually, everybody on their videos was saying that this doesn't cap, but unless it's changed, this cap's actually really nice. So it's a, you know, it's a twist close. Just bring it up so you can see these colours. And this looks gorgeous because it's got the pinks and the purples in here. The Lamy Beryl is a really nice ink choice, I think, for this pen. Yeah, so there you have it. That's the TWSBI VAC 700R Iris. And I'm really pleased with this choice for my first TWSBI pen. All right, thank you for watching, everybody. I will be back either later today or tomorrow for a walkthrough of this deck that I've just received, which I'm also super excited about. So hopefully you'll be able to join me then. Until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.